and welcome. My name is Aska Sanai, and today we're going to be talking about the Family Medical Leave of Absence FMLA Management Solution. This is a product that's built on the SAP Business Technology Platform as a SAP Cloud extension by Sedala Solutions. It is available on the SAP Store for purchasing. This is a sub-module to the Enterprise Health, Safety, and Environment Management software, but this can also be deployed as a standalone product. So that's something that I would want you to keep in mind. Now, because this product is built on the business technology platform, it comes with all the benefits of the cloud platform, which means if there's an organization that has any needs around security, there's best-in-class security. We can take care of the encryption of your employees' health data. Obviously, the access to the application depends on the roles that each individual has been assigned, the visibility, the edit rights, and obviously any integration needs that we have within SAP systems or as well as any non-SAP systems. That's something that can already be taken care of. Now, this product is fully responsive, which means that if the employees are trying to access the Family Medical Leave of Absence tool from their mobile device, they can very, very easily do that, and the system will simply adapt to the size of their screen, giving them the same functionality as a desktop computer. Now, let me just quickly cover a few points here which are critical to the solution. Obviously, the administrative console. This is a key differentiator, and this is something that our customers really appreciate. So for any ongoing changes that you might be having, for example, the eligibility criteria for your employees, what makes them eligible, how many hours are they required, what type of employee is it, these rules could be dependent on the state, the federal or state rules, and they could vary from region to region, and they could be changing. So we want to actually empower our business users to go into the administrative console without touching any code or requiring any technical expertise or incurring any expensive lead times. They can use easy to use drop downs and widgets to make those changes, update those timelines, change any letter templates that should be generated from the tool, and they could do this very, very easily without requiring our support, essentially. The other point here is requesting the leaves. So we want to allow employees to use a self-service form to create those leave requests. They could do it in the comfort of their homes from their mobile device. So really simplifying that process for them using our configurable forms, allowing them to access their absence package with any informational content that they might require to understand what their rights are as an employee, and to understand what eligibility looks like for an employee in your organization. So that's our requesting the leave from an employee's perspective. And then finally, there's processing of those leave requests from the perspective of a manager. So managing that configurable approval workflow, processing those leaves, understanding how to override any ineligibility for your employees. Obviously, users with authorizations can be allowed to overturn any hours that the employee might be lacking in order to be eligible. And then also for all those employees that have requested FMLA because of their personal injury or illness, activating their return to work plan or modified duties if that is something that's required. And finally, all of this data that we are capturing from this tool should be available in reports. So whether that's standard embedded reports or dashboard reports, it's obviously critical for the leadership to have those key analytics and stats and matrix, and that's something that we obviously are targeting through an automated tool here. So that basically covers all the key components of the solution. I want to quickly show you some of the screens here so you can see how those changes are being made in the administrative console. You can see, for the different types of leaves, what are the different rules that we have, what makes an employee eligible, how many hours do they require, and these could be changing, so you could actually come in here and edit those rules so that those changes are reflected in the forms. For an employee to create a leave request, once again, there's various different types of leaves that an employee could request. Get continuous leave, intermittent leave, and reduced leave. And because these are dynamic applications based on the selections that I'm making, the remainder of the sections in the form will adapt to the selection I made. Also, an employee has full visibility into what eligibility they have, what is the balance FMLA hours that they have remaining, so that they could take the next steps accordingly. Finally, there's the ability for employees to also receive letter templates from the manager, and we can auto-generate those letter templates with all the basic details of the employee and the type of leave that's being requested. So really cutting down the time that it takes to draft those letters for those managers. They can even attach files that they feel the employee might need, which can also be defaulted. And when this email goes out, those attachments will be received by the employee as well. Finally, for managers to process these leave requests and finally review those documents that the employees have attached and approve those documents, and upon approval, executing the next steps for each leave request. And it just allows you to see those dates, the start and end dates for the leave. You can have a month-over-month plan. You can update the calendar for your employees, and also give the manager full view into what is required to actually be eligible. If there's any hours that are lacking, how can I overturn those hours and specify a reason for why I'm overriding this ineligibility? And then also activating return to work plans for these employees or modified duties. So these are the different points that manager could touch upon while processing an employee's leave request. There's a continuous workflow that we can look at, and with that, we're going to finally look at some reports. As I mentioned, there are some dashboard reports. There's standard embedded reports. You could switch between graphical and tabular reports here. So really any set of data that we want to present to our leadership so they can understand what are some typical reasons for FMLA leave requests, what are some costs that we've incurred from these leave requests, so on and so forth. Those type of key analytics should be available for us with the ability to set any filters and date ranges to look at these specific reports. And that basically concludes everything we wanted to look at. I have presented my basic details onto the screen here, so I'm happy to do a deeper dive into the FMLA demonstration. If you do want to request a demo, feel free to contact me on the email listed on the screen, and I'll be happy to schedule something for you. So thanks so much for listening in today, and have yourself a wonderful day.